Hey y'all, Runefire Storm here. Welcome to December, actually. I'm pretty sure. I have in store a few tutorials for this month, but they're gonna be extremely short, which is why I can do multiple of them in 1 month. We'll be starting off with a fairly simple one, and that one today is actually going to be weapon weight. Particularly, well, it's from a Fire Emblem, but it's particularly from the Path of Radiance and Radiant Dawn games, because it utilizes strength instead of another stat such as Constitution. But regardless, we shall start right now, because this is a very short tutorial. However, we're going to be doing it like some of my older tutorials, which means the demonstration comes first. Alright, so here we have our very quick demonstration. So weapon weights in the Fire Emblem series in general, I guess I should explain that if a unit has enough of a particular stat, in most cases it's Constitution, or, well, in this case it's Strength. If a user's strength exceeds the amount of weight a weapon has, then they will suffer no speed penalties. Otherwise, the difference of the strength subtracted from the weight will be the penalty that the unit suffers. So let's say we go to Runefire here. Runefire actually has 90. Okay, that wasn't supposed to happen. He actually has 100 agility at base and 1 attack. If we check, well, I'll explain this later, but the Heavy Blade weighs 10, which means that since Runefire only has 1 attack, he will suffer, as you've seen before, a 9 speed penalty. There's not much else to explain there in the demonstration, but just that it works. I will be showing you the stats later on, so you know that there's no actual speed gain applied to the actual weapon. Actually, by later on, I mean right now, so let's get into it. Alright, here we are in our database. We're gonna go to our sword first, which has nothing special, no particular parameter changes here. It's just a normal sword with no definable weight, actually, because there's nothing in this note tag box that's of use, for this tutorial at least. We want to actually focus on the Heavy Blade, which also has nothing in its parameter changes, because it's actually determined in its note tags. So you only need Equip Core for this particular tutorial because of its note tag for custom parameters, which you can set the parameters of the weapon or piece of equipment within this note tag using scripts. And actually, it's not scripts, it's evils, right? Or evals. Basically, you can set it up in the note box. So we're going to be setting this particular variable. I don't know what this is actually called, but we want to set the variable of weight. So we want one variable for determining weight. We'll be setting that to 10. As I've mentioned earlier, this weapon weighs 10 something. If the weight is greater than the user's strength, or attack power actually, so 2 is attack, because 0 is HP, 1 is MP, and etc. Then we'll be setting another variable for penalty. We'll be subtracting the user's strength. I keep calling it strength, it's attack. Attack minus weight. So say the weight is 10, as we'll use the same example. Say the user's strength is 1 and the weight is 10, it'll be 1 minus 10. That value will be treated as the agility. The agility decrease. So if it's minus 9, then agility will be set to minus 9. So the reason why we need this conditional branch is because, well, for one, actually, if you didn't have this conditional branch, you could have the user gain agility as opposed to not suffering, just not losing agility, basically. But that's pretty much it. Very easy, but, well, it's the outro now, so I'll see you there. Hey y'all, Runefire here in the outro. That's not how I start my outros, but thank you guys so much for watching. A few things I gotta explain. I was actually planning the first episode of these tutorials to be a lot earlier, because I was actually going to do one per week. That didn't exactly work out. I also made a giant video about me creating these tutorials on the spot, but the fourth one, I haven't even finished that one yet. The fourth one, it took me so long and stressed me out so much that I actually stopped the recording and then deleted it. So, unfortunately, you will not be able to see the creation process of me making tutorials. Also, what was I gonna say? Oh yes, I'm doing short tutorials to end off tutorials for this year. Because, I don't know, it seemed like December was a good time for short tutorials. Because the entire year is when everything... I don't know how to... I don't think there's any clean explanation for that, but this tutorial is over. There's no special title for these tutorials, by the way. It's not like 3 Houses MV when that was completely centered around one single game. But regardless, yeah, that's about it. I've actually been playing Touhou's Bell Bubble lately, apparently. Yeah, it's pretty fun actually. So I might put some Touhou music in the background, hopefully if I remember. With that said, this episode's over. This tutorial's over. See you guys next time.